Thank you. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Beasley on the wing along with Edwards. Then it's Karl-Anthony Towns. And there's D'Angelo Russell. And it's Vanderbilt in at the 4. And for the Grizzlies, up at the forward spots, it's Anderson and Greg for 2. And unforgiving.
Yeah, the media, too. I mean, I played New York, so in that town, you go big or you get talked about. And it happens in small towns as well. It's just a harsh reality of pro sports.
Mavericks checked in for Bane. Beasley with a clean look, sinks the triple. Beasley's got his second basket of the night.
And how about the quick eyes there from Towns? Finds a hole in the defense and exploits it there with a nice find.
To the middle. That's tipped. Adams against Beasley. Edwards kicks to Beasley. Russell passes to Towns. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. It's stolen by Adams. Morant outside. To the paint. Here's Jackson. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Jackson's got 6 points.
He can beat you from the outside and the inside. Jaren Jackson's versatility and his skill set is a huge asset for this team.
Here's Towns. It's not going to go for him. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way.
And if you're wondering if Ja Morant lacks for confidence, well, look no further than his point God moniker. This kid is fearless, and he's hungry, and he plays with that proverbial chip on his shoulder.
And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. 1:05 left in the first. Another miss by Minnesota. Anderson outside. Over to the wing. From deep. No good from Maverick. Minnesota's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. And Towns throws it down.
Using outstanding floor awareness there. Russell's ability to pick apart the defense and find the open man.
Maverick passes to Jackson. Another shot. Good on the bucket. He's got 8.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Here's Towns. The rebound by Steven Adams.
Once he gets the ball there, you expect him to capitalize. That was a missed opportunity.
Left side Jackson. Down low. Morant looking around. With 4 seconds on the clock. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. It's the end of the first with a tie game here, and already these offenses are clicking. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And close game up. Memphis ends up going with the new group. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Karl-Anthony Towns checked in for Reed. Vanderbilt comes in for Taurean Prince. Beasley's checked in for Edwards. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Patrick Beverley. So on the floor for Minnesota, they've got Towns. Malik Beasley out there with D'Angelo Russell. And it's Noel in at the 2. Russell against Morant. Outside Russell. Over Morant. Russell with the bucket. And the Timberwolves lead by 6.
And something Russell did well in college, scoring off the pick and roll.
With the floater, and Morant will lay it in.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The pass to Towns.
And Towns, not known for his rim protection, but he's improved in that area recently, challenging and changing more shots.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Timberwolves.
Their aggressiveness on D has been the most glaring aspect of this game so far. They have the heat turned all the way up in this first half.
And one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Here's Maverick. That shot missing, so Minnesota will take it the other way. Their next game is in San Francisco, so a road game with the Warriors. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road. Here's Towns, and the layup falls. Towns has got the lead up to 8 now for Minnesota.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Left side, Jackson. Trains it from 9 feet away. Jackson's got 10 points.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Beasley. "19 seconds left to play here in the half. Pass to Russell. 4 on the clock. Shot from the top of the key. Tips it. It's good on the putback. Vanderbilt's got his first bucket in this one.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Here's Maverick. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves in the driver's seat, up 8. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books.
Now
checked in for Bane. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Minnesota. Noel comes in for D'Angelo Russell. Adams at center with Jackson next to him. Ja Morant, he's out there with Maverick. And it's Anderson in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis.
You like how Adams surveys the whole floor, allowing him to spot the wide open man.
Passes it to Vanderbilt. There's 38 seconds left in the third. Outside Edwards. Lets it go from deep. The shot that time not on target. And it's Memphis the other way. Jackson has the open look. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in.
The will is there, but the execution is lacking. He can't seem to finish plays this quarter.
You can't let Edwards get in the lane. Outstanding at using that burst of speed on the drive.
Maverick passes to Jackson. Anderson in the post. Open and close and nails it. Anderson's got 4 points now in the quarter. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Minnesota on. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. Russell in the backcourt with Beasley to his side. Then there's Edwards. Then it's Naz Reid. And it's Vanderbilt in at the 4. Anderson. Adams trying to free himself up. Lays it up off the glass. Adams has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Grizzlies.
And he's one of those guys you don't have to call plays for. Steven Adams is happy to eat the leftovers.
Russell passes to Reid. He's looking for Russell and finds him. Basket counts.
With a gentle touch inside. Russell really improving as a finisher.
And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's a 1-point game. Tries from 10. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Bounce pass, Russell. Here's Reed, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up. Neither team here in the fourth generating a lot of separation.
Yeah, it's been a close one. 5 times the lead has switched hands thus far.
Anderson outside. Floats it up there for Morant. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And Edwards with the stuff.
Oh, great work by Edwards to get up court in a hurry and get himself a bucket. Can't let those fast break opportunities get away.
Morant against Russell. And he comes up with the deuce.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
And I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. You have to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
Good decision to regather. Talk it over. Your main concern now is how to slow this guy down.
So a close game sees Memphis take this one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
Well, folks, that's gonna do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see.
What's going on, Coach?
MP, how you feeling? You getting a little more settled in?
Hey, I feel good. You know, I feel like I'm getting to know everything. I'm learning the playbook, the city. Just a lot to take in at first.
Yeah, it sure is. Listen, I don't want you to get discouraged, but we are not ready to put you in the starting lineup yet.
When you say we, do you mean Coach?
I mean we. I mean the whole coaching staff.
And what about Mr. Lesser?
Including Harvey. Look, remember when we talked at the beginning of the season and I laid out what was expected of you?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, well, do you think you've hit those goals adequately?
But you can't keep track of everything that's in the score box.
Look, I know you're upset, MP, okay? But you got to be honest with yourself. Look, you got work to do. I don't think it's a controversial statement.
Yeah, I know. I'm improving. I can do that. I just
you
need...
got people that believe in you here. So you just got to keep grinding. Okay, keep improving, force the issue, get in that starting lineup. Okay, if you get good enough, they're not going to be able to stick you on the bench anymore.
Yeah, look, I can do that. I want to be here, all right? And I'm going to do whatever I got to do to make this work. I'm going to make it work.
All right, good. That's what I want to hear. Look, I got a coach's meeting to go to. I'll see you practice, okay?
Okay.
Hey. Keep your head up. Okay, you got your whole career ahead of you here.
Yeah. Thanks, Coach.
the Mississippi River winding its way through Grind City. Welcome from Memphis, Tennessee. Hello out there, and get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Brian Anderson here alongside my colleagues, Grant Hill and Chris Webber. Allie LaForce, our reporter. Hey, Allie.
VA Technology.
Boy, he is a big thinker, no doubt about that. Good reporting there, Allie. And now let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Charlotte Hornets. Rozier the 2 with Hayward at the 3. Mason Plumlee out there with Miles Bridges. In this league, but Grant, you didn't seem to have any trouble back in your day, partner.
Well, B.A., I played 4 years at Duke, so I came in right away ready to contribute. And that's right. I was fortunate enough to make the All-Star team in my rookie season, too. So I came in ready.
And the free throw, no good.
Well, P.J. Washington defines what it means to be a modern big. I mean, the hybrid label has been turned into a positive.
Pass to Tillman. Here's Jones. Clark with it. Harrell defending.
2 minutes remaining in the fight.
Back to Clark.
2 minutes.
And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
And here's Oubre. And the layup is good off the glass.
Well, he doesn't play around. If the bucket's there for him, he's going to get it.
And you think about the draft profile of LaMelo Ball. Grant, the court vision has been as good as advertised.
I mean, he's just a gifted passer who sees over defenders. He enjoys making those flashy plays. He's been everything you want from a playmaker.
Ball passes to Oubre. 1:11 left to play in the first. Missed inside. Here's Conchar. Looking for his first basket, still in this one. And
His first personal foul.
that one on Ball.
Yeah, and you never want to let shots at the rim go.
Martin, he's checked in for Charlotte. And he sinks the second. There's 53 seconds left now in the first quarter. Outside Oubre. To the paint. Thomas, that's good.
Don't talk to me about size. IT so comfortable at operating in the painted area.
Pass to Conchar. Clock at 6. Back to Jones. And he's going for the oop here. And the lob disrupted. Not to be. Here's Oubre. Here's Harrell. No good. A bit long that time. Here's Conchar. Oh, got it off in time, but it's no good. And so it's Memphis closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. They're communicating well and stringing together stops. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And the fourth pick in 2018, Jaren Jackson Jr., the rare NBA-ready defender, he talked about where he can make the most impact.
Probably be more of a backline help, talk more, give more help for the rotations because, depending on what team you play, there's a lot of specific things you got to do to guard a certain player.
A veteran. Here for Memphis. A big group substitution here for Charlotte. Plumlee's checked in for Harrell. Bridges comes in for Washington. Hayward, he's checked in for Oubre. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Martin. The free throw drops for Morant.
Yeah, and one thing that impresses me about Ja Morant is the leadership he exhibits. Loves the game, plays with toughness, and the results speak for themselves.
They've got Ja Morant Desmond Bain is out there with Jackson, and it's Williams in at the power forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Outside for Rozier. No good there. That would have cut it to single digits.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, B.A. Last season, the Charlotte Hornets finishing with their best record in the last 5 seasons. With the addition of LaMelo Ball, this team finally has some talent to build around, playing a switching defense and going zone the most in the NBA. Guys?
Oh, fun to watch. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Oh, man, right there. Willing to sacrifice his body in traffic to make the play.
Gordon Hayward taking 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Hayward.
They've been flawless at the line this quarter. They need to stay aggressive and keep drawing fouls. That'll help them chip away at the lead.
There's 39 seconds left in the second quarter. Maverick. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
That's his second personal foul.
It's going to be on Miles Bridges. And he knocks down the first one.
Yeah, just knocking down every free throw. I mean, I love to see this kind of efficiency.
And so he hits both. 35 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Thomas, hounded by Moran. Hayward outside. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Rozier. Got a hand on it. They get it back.
The rebounding numbers make it obvious why they're in front.
Yeah, sure. I mean, when you take care of the backboard, you can limit teams to 1 shot.
Williams' shot is good. Williams has got 10 points in the game.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies with an impressive 16-point lead heading into the break. Defense is setting the tone. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters...
Checking in
making some changes. Harrell's checked in for Plumlee. Washington comes in for Bridges. And it's Oubre in for Thomas. Jones misses.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke miss.
On the floor for Charlotte, they've got Montrezl Harrell. Terry Rozier is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's Gordon Hayward. And it's Washington in at the 4. Hayward outside. Pass to Washington. Takes one from 10 feet. He squares up and sinks it.
These are the shots you want Washington taking. I mean, and you see the result right there.
The Grizzlies have gotten 8 of 14 attempts to go in the second half so far. It's Tillman with a drive. He can't hit that time. Good work defensively by Oubre.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
That shot off the mark. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. At one point, they led by 16. Outside Jones. Pass to Tillman. Melton outside. 4-3. And no good. Charlotte has gone 4 of 7 from 3. A good percentage in the third quarter. Washington, good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
It's interesting. They definitely had more three-point attempts in the first half. Not sure why they went away from it.
Here's Tillman. He's guarded by Washington. The Hornets shooting only 39% so far in the game. Rozier can't get it to go.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurting
Back to Clark. Pass to Jones. Here's Tillman. He's guarded by Washington. Here's Maverick. Right side Jones. Over Rozier. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's Memphis closing out. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
But how about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force.
And so Memphis takes this one by a big margin. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort. And they were just dominant out there.
And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Chris Webber, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for joining us.
Let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Phoenix Suns. At power forward, Jay Crowder. At the other forward position, Mikal Bridges. At center, DeAndre Ayton. At shooting guard, Devin Booker. At the other guard position, Chris Paul. The head coach of the visiting team is Monty Williams. Let's bring out the starters for your Memphis Grizzlies. Starting at small forward, at 6'9", number 8, Zaire Williams. In the middle, standing 6'11", number 4, Steven Adams. At guard, 6'5", number 22, Desmond Bane. At forward, 6'11", number 13, Jeff Jackson Jr. At guard, 6'3", number 12, Ja Morant. The head coach for your Memphis Grizzlies is Taylor Jenkins. One more time, let's hear it for your Memphis.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. Hey, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Mikal Bridges is a big part of the Suns' growth into a powerhouse. Coach Monty Williams said of his two-way swing man, I believe he has every intangible, talent and quality to be a glue guy in that starting lineup. Mikal has an edge to him. Guys respect the heck out of him because he competes every day. Kevin, I compete every time you throw it down to me.
You do. And you're a great competitor. D.A., it is an honor to be on this broadcast with you each and every game. And certainly Bridges one to watch. D.A., thanks. So the opening lineup for the Suns. Hop it forward, they'll have Bridges and Crowder. The star backcourt of Paul and Booker are out there. And it's Ayton in at the 5. And for Memphis, Adams at center with Jackson next to him. Then it's Williams. Then there's Ja Morant. And it's Bane in at the 2. And in this early season, Brent, what is the feeling on a team that's trying to build chemistry?
Coming out of training camp, and you kind of gotten to maybe D, E, and F of your alphabet of plays, and you want to get those execution points down, the teachable moments on offense down. Most coaches, though, Kevin, are focused on the foundation of the defense, the rules that we've set, the obligation that you have to your teammates, and to start on that end of the floor. And that's really what the first 20 games are about for most teams. And Devin Booker showing a nice touch around the rim.
Morant kicks to Williams. Memphis moving it around. Pass to Morant. Three-pointer. Booker pulls it in. Paul against Morant. Paul passes to Bridges. Going inside. Here's Ayton. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And this is a maturity play here. Lots of pressure around him, and he doesn't speed up.
Brent, you always want DeAndre Ayton to play more aggressively, don't you?
Well, it's when he's at his best, especially when he's down low and using his frame. He's kind of like this young kid that doesn't realize how big he is, but he's starting to understand how much his size can impact what he can do on both ends of the floor.
Free throw no good for Ayton. Ayton is a player who, Greg, occasionally shoots a three, but it's still a developing part of his game.
Yeah, not the best numbers from outside. Does it to keep teams honest, but it's a far-fetched to say he can stretch a defense.
Now here's Morant. We saw him with 29 points last game. Gets it to fall. The bucket from Bane.
Who's the best young catalyst in the game? Some people will say Doncic, some will say Trae Young, and some might even say Ja Morant.
Here's Booker. Playing Portland, he was nearly unstoppable. Bridges outside. Clock at 6. To the inside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his first personal foul.
And coming out of high school, Ja Morant said he was a no-star recruit. One reason he may have been overlooked was his small-town upbringing, growing up in Dalzell, South Carolina.
The first one falls. And even though he played on an AAU team with Zion Williamson, scouts, Greg, were looking right past Ja Morant.
And didn't get a lot of offers at first. After 2 years at Murray State, he joined Steph Curry and Damian Lillard as another star point guard out of a mid-major program. And to this day, he carries that underdog chip on his shoulders.
Now here's Morant. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. For 3. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Almost perfect in the game to start. 3 of 4.
Here's Booker. What a difference maker he's been for him. He's averaging more than 34 points a game. Hard to believe. Passes to Ayton. It's rebounded by Memphis. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, in that game, the offense was firing on all cylinders, partly because the other team's defense was a no-show.
Yeah, with the defense struggling like that, I think they just stayed with a healthy, consistent pace to get that win.
Adams' shot is off.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
Bridges misses. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Memphis. And this is their first time matched up with the Suns this season.
And this, the first of 3 games these two teams will play against one another this season.
And that one's good. Morant.
And it just seems like Morant is always ready to outwork the defense. A big effort pays off for him there inside.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Fresh from a win against Portland.
That was a different team in the fourth quarter than what we saw in the first 3. Don't you think? I mean, they got their act together just in time to pull it out.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. JaVale McGee's checked in for Ayton. Saric comes in for Jay Crowder. Cameron Johnson's checked in for Bridges. And it's Payne in for Paul. Payne finds Saric. Now McGee. Ball's knocked loose. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Jones. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. On the wing, Johnson. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Memphis leading by 4. Now Jones. The pass to Maverick. Outside, Jones. Excellent D that time there from McGee. Suns trail by 4. Johnson surveying the floor. Kicks to McGee. Booker in the corner. He lobs it up. It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
And the Suns making a change here. Holiday's checked in. Phoenix, no good that time either. Memphis has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Outside, Jones. Tries from 10. The Grizzlies with another miss. Suns trail by 4. Pass to Johnson. Now McGee. Holiday left side. Trying to get something going. And the layup by Šarić.
Šarić, one of those guys with size and a combination of a deft touch. And in close, he's effective.
And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Grizzlies lead by 2. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second. And regarded as one of the best leaders in the game today, Chris Paul opening about how his team worked.
With anything, whether it's business.
And with his younger... Changing it up here. About 3 minutes played so far in this second quarter. And we all know that star players get a few more perks, but Greg, that can also stir up misgivings in a locker room when things aren't always equal.
Kevin, it's a great point, and coaches really have to be careful. If you're holding one player accountable and giving another a pass, that tends to lead to a fractured locker room.
Adams at center with Jackson next to him. Maverick out there with John Morant. And it's Williams at the 3 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. A nice shot by Booker.
Booker doing a great job of taking advantage right now of the defense.
Inside. Phoenix grabs the miss. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Pass to Crowder. Good ball movement here by the Suns. The feed to Ayton. No good that time. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. There's the drive. Maverick passes to Jackson. Here's Maverick. Bridges with the board. Bridges has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Good on that shot, and with that, the Memphis lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Chris Paul.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Pass to Maverick. He feeds it to Jackson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Booker, and the dunk by Booker.
How about Devin Booker getting up to the rack?
And the Grizzlies leading by 5. From 11 feet away. Out to Morant. And the pass to Maverick. He dishes it to Adams. 6 to shoot. It's Morant with the drive. And then Morant slams it in.
A wonderful awareness from the big man as Steven Adams finds the open man.
Paul from deep three-point land. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Memphis bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Those will make substitutions. That'll be a 5-second call.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
So with Paul on the bench, here's the group that Monty Williams has on the floor. Johnson and Jaric are the 3 and the 4. Then there's Cameron Payne. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Holiday in at the 2 spot. Here's McGee. And again, it's the Suns missing. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Here's Maverick. Here's Jones. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Jones has got 7 points.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Here's Payne. It's stolen. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
Good passing in the paint may be even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the three-point shot of Mikal Bridges seemed to abandon him early in his NBA career. Coach Monty Williams said he developed a hitch in his release. But Bridges got in the lab with the coaching staff, changing his shot midway through season 2. And the results speak for themselves. Guys?
He had a career year shooting, that's for sure. I admire his work ethic. D.A., thank you. Johnson kicks to Payne. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Cameron Johnson.
Here's Jones. He has 7. Pass to Maverick. Clark with it. Pass to Jones. Now here's Melton. Here's Maverick. He's guarded by Johnson. Here's Maverick, 11 feet away. The rebound by Johnson. Passes it to Payne. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Holiday goes in. No good on that one. And here's Melton. He'll bring it up for Memphis. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. To the inside. Tillman passes to Clark. Here's Maverick. Back to Melton. Over Holiday. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that does it for the 3rd quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the 4th quarter. Grizzlies out in front. Up by 5. Live from the... And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball. And how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
A quick peek into the locker room as the players get set for the game ahead, looking to make a big...
Hey, Brian, it's not...
Outstanding. Thanks, Allie. And the starting lineup for the Grizzlies. Jackson Jr. and Adams together inside. Desmond Bane is out there with Ja Morant. And it's Williams in at the 3 slot. And for New Orleans, Zion at power forward with Valanciunas at center. C.J. McCollum is out there with Devontae Graham. And it's... Grizzlies making a switch here.
Number 2.
At the line for New Orleans, Tony Snell. One shot.
What I like about Tony is that he embraces his role, and his teammates enjoy playing with him.
Back to Morant. Jackson with it. McCollum covering. McCollum against Morant. That shot is off. Oh, nice D from McCollum. To the middle. It's a one-on-one situation. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
There's that rare combination of power and athleticism. Hard to stop Zion without fouling.
And so he makes both from the line.
I mean, Zion hit the ground running when he first got into the league. He went from the first pick overall in 2019 to an all-star in no time flat.
Here's Maverick. And he lobs it up to the rim.
Just a perfect pass. And some pretty slick body control on the finish, too.
Man, that's butter. The Pelicans have gone 1 of 4 to start. And here's Graham. And he banks in the layup. Smitty, when you think about the rapid ascension of Zion Williamson, you also see his improvement clearly in his stat line.
That's right. He's taking and hitting more outside shots, playing with terrific physicality, and that will make your numbers go up across the line.
Pass to Maverick. Kicks it out to Jackson. 5 to shoot. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
That's a 3-second violation. Pelicans ball.
New Orleans in the lead. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. For 3, McCollum. And Morant clears the board. Memphis has gone 1 for 3 from outside so far in this game. Jackson on the wing. Pass to Morant. Here's Bane. Here's Maverick, covered by Williamson. Back to Bane.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Here's Maverick, 6 to shoot. Inside. It's tipped. McCollum with a steal. And they're running. Jumps up. Oh, and the big finish by Williamson.
With the reputation of a highlight reel dunker, Zion's always ready to put on a show.
Impressive looks on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Maverick. And that one's off. He misses his first shot of the game. To the left wing. Graham for 3. Here's Valanciunas. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Ooh, physicality from Valanciunas on the glass. Securing the ball and sending it right back.
Memphis calls timeout.
There's no way coach likes this effort level. They need to refocus.
It's so easy to get run over when you lose even.
Grizzlies substitution.
Here's Maverick. Pass to Bane. Picked it out of midair. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Zion at power forward with Valanciunas at center. Devontae Graham out there with C.J. McCollum. And it's Snell in at the small forward position. That's the Pelicans 5. Down low. Stolen. Here's Snell. Williamson right side. Pass to Graham. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Jaren Jackson picks one up. Coaching turnover is a fact of life in the NBA. Grant, as a player, how tough is it to adapt to a new coach?
Well, it depends on the timing. I mean, an offseason change gives the team a time to get used to a new system. Now, if it happens in midseason, it could be a little tough. The learning curve is definitely steep.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Pass to Adams.
2 minutes.
To the inside. 5 on the clock. Here's Maverick. Jacks up a 3. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Valanciunas has got rebound number 5 here tonight. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. Historically, a few franchises have gobbled up most of the NBA championships. A significant number of teams have never won a title, though. However, we're in an interesting time. A lot of those franchises are looking for their first title. They're among the top teams now. And guys, they're hoping to get on the board.
Oh, yes. Very interesting, Allie. Thanks for that. Pass to McCollum. Driving in. Denied by Morant.
Flying around the court. Morant can block shots both on ball and in help.
A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
Yeah, I love that they maintain the defensive energy even when they're behind.
A minute 6 left in the second. Really left him alone that time. Graham's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I just love the ball move.
Here's Maverick. Graham covering. And stolen by Williamson. Now the Pelicans in transition. Graham misses.
And we haven't seen them pound the ball inside and draw as much contact this quarter.
Pass to Maverick. Now Morant. McCollum defends. Right wing. 4 on the clock. Shot's good by Morant. Morant's got 7 points.
What body control from Morant. Able to take the hit and power through it all.
Morant against McCollum. 12 seconds left to play in the second quarter. The 11-footer. No good that time. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans feeling confident. 18-point lead to end that quarter. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the...
Grizzlies
deciding to change it up.
At the line for New Orleans, Billy Hernangomez. Shooting 1.
On the court for the Grizzlies, Xavier Tillman is out there with Brandon Clark. Then there's Tyus Jones. Then it's John Conchar. And it's Maverick in at shooting guard. Pass to Tillman. And there's 1:38 left in the third quarter. No good with a layup. McCollum against Clark. Puts up a 3. Knocks it down from distance. He's got 12.
You just can't afford to leave open shooters in this league. Everyone is practicing the 3.
Ooh, the Grizzlies with another miss. For New Orleans, they've gotten only 4 of 10 shots to fall so far in the third. And there it is for him. McCollum's got 10 points.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
An uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
Maverick. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Here's Maverick. Oh, he can't stop the run as that misses.
This is how it's been so far. He's missed every shot he's taken, and the team is suffering the consequences.
Pass to Hernan Gomez. 20 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Now here's Jones. From deep. And they recover it. And another shot. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for your Pelicans, Billy Hernan-Gomez.
The first free throws. So it's New Orleans winning this one. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they started to get into a groove, you never really felt like they wouldn't come out on top.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Steve Smith, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you next time.